Chris Olave wants New Orleans Saints extension, Tyler Shough perfect deep ball, and Rashid Shaheed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams. She is interviewing Chris Olave. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Superstar receiver for the New Orleans Saints on his phone somewhere. What's going on? Chris Olave, can we see you? Can we hear you? Hello, there he is.
How you doing?
Interesting angle. All right. Man's put the camera on the ground, staring straight down at it. Always controversial. If you're on a Zoom call, Microsoft Teams or something, you never want to be looking down at the camera. All right. Try and keep that thing level.
I'm so good. Where are you? What's going on? Where are you?
I'm on my bye week right now, so I'm in Dallas enjoying my time off.
How's it go? Thank you for hanging out on the show. Congrats on the huge division win going into the bye. What did that feel like?
All felt great, got our second win of the year. We're excited, especially going into the bye week, so we get to live it for another week. Get back to work on Monday.
Yeah, great time to win, right? I mean, really sit back and try and imagine, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and try and imagine the misery compiler that it would have been if we would have lost to Carolina, and then all of a sudden you got to sit and stew on that for 2 weeks. That would suck. But instead, victory Monday times 2.
I don't know that you'll be able to see this on your phone, but let's take a look here. Season high in yards. Perfect time to talk to you. This ridiculous one-handed catch you have to talk me through.
Nuts.
Spinning around
Very
toe
nice.
tap. What is going on?
Oh, yeah, it was third down. We was just trying to have a little 4-minute drive, so we had to convert, and we had the perfect play for their coverage they was in. And
I mean, look, like Olave, what he did in this game, he was everything that the Saints expect him to be. He was dynamic in short to intermediate. He was making circus catches like this, and he was also explosive down the field and made a hell of a play on the ball for the long touchdown. I mean, he did it in all 3 phases of the game, or all 3 phases of the field. Just an incredible performance from Olave, especially coming on after the week Shaheed leaves. Because then you think, well, the defense can now key in on Olave, whatever, but really, really, really impressive stuff from him against the Panthers.
Tyler threw a great ball, line, stood up and made a play on the ball, and we moved the chains.
Chris, I think you're downplaying what is the catch of the year. I think that's the catch of the year. On a Madden spectacular scale, that is a 10. The spin, the one hand, the icing, the game, the context, 3rd and 6. Where is that on the spectacular catch scale for you?
Way up there.
It's a great play. Like I say, he made a great ball. He threw a great ball, great placement where I could make a play on the ball. He was kind of holding my.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy too. Is you look at like the clock and you look at it, like the situation. It's 3rd and 6, right? There's 6 minutes left, and the Panthers never get the ball back. Like, this drive was crazy. Like, this was a 7-minute, 35-second drive that ended the game. And this play led to that. Like, with 6 minutes left, 17-7, you probably think, okay, this drive happened, and another drive happened. And nope, this was it. The Panthers never, ever got back on the field.
My left arm, so I only could get one hand up, and it just stuck to my hand, really. I tipped it to myself, and like I said, I just tried to make a play on the ball.
Ocho Cinco and I are working on something with Madden a little bit later. This is the top of my list for him. This is your spectacular catch rating, and Madden is 86. That is disrespectful. You need a boost.
Oh yeah, you gotta tell him to boost me up right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Now I got you. Now, yeah, that's one of the first things that I need to say. You were coming off a season high in yards, okay? The 62-yard touchdown, beating J.C. Horn, by the way, to cap it off.
Yeah. Like this play, he's covered. He's covered when Tyler lets this thing rip, and Olave has to fight through the coverage. And he, completely embarrasses J.C. Horn in front of God and everybody. But this is another play where it's not like he's wide open. He had to work for this.
Pop into the first row.
You can see it.
In Carolina.
Right here, they're hand fighting, boom, J.C. Horn gets into a different dimension.
Oh, no, I seen the pregame. I was looking over there to that side of the end zone. I'm like, I could really jump over the stands and hop up in there if I score. So once I did that, I already knew what my celebration was, and I only had one person come over there and celebrate with me though. So we're gonna have to face that.
Yeah, what happened there?
Yeah, what's going on?
Man, they traded my boy. She is usually my boy. Me and she having a little touchdown dance in the end zone, but they had traded him, so it's only Jawan left, and I got to get my
Yeah,
teammates.
Juwan's the only real one. That's what I think. That's it. I love that you pointed that out.
Oh, nah.
No, I know, I'm kidding.
It was just a long touchdown, so we don't.
Verizon Wireless falling apart.
I'm gonna talk to him on Monday, and we gonna get it right.
62 yards. That's the longest one of your career. Longest catch.
Oh yeah. That was a great throw. Like I said, finally trying to stretch the field. And I'm excited going forward.
What's going on with this deep ball connection that you two have? It seems to be on another level and no one's talking about it. Let's talk about your quarterback and that connection. What's behind that?
Oh yeah, that's one of his strengths in his game. He could throw the deep ball really well. He's big. He's like I said, his deep throw accuracy is great, and I'm excited going forward. Like I said, he could throw the deep ball with the best of them. So I'm excited. That's one of the best parts of my game. So I'm excited to build that connection going forward.
I mean, that would be such a huge evolution for this team. Is if all of a sudden, not only is Tyler Shough pushing the ball downfield, but if all of a sudden Chris Olave is this like super explosive deep threat kind of guy. I mean, it's unlocking a next level for the offense, but also unlocking a next level for Chris Olave.
It is the best part of your game. What is it about Tyler that opens this offense up for you?
He's so poised. He's so poised back there. He prepares with the best of them. The way he prepares, he's so ready to go into the game. He knows everything, all the different looks, all the different coverages they're gonna do. He knows all his reads from first to fourth. And like I say, he's just poised back there.
And I'm not surprised either that Kellen Moore would have identified that in the draft process. You know, Kellen Moore is he was a cerebral kind of quarterback, where he's, you know, understanding what's on the field and he's fully prepared or whatever. So I'm not surprised at all that Kellen would have seen that or saw that in Tyler and been like, this is my guy, you know, because that's what, as the quarterback whisperer that Kellen Moore is, that's what he's going to try and do, or try and have his quarterbacks do, is be fully prepared, just understand and be able to dissect the entire field every single play.
He does great in the scramble drill. He's fast. He's faster than people realize.
Really?
He could get out the
pocket.
pocket.
Yeah, he ran a 4.6.
And like I said, he keeps his eyes
down. That throw was crazy.
The field when he's scrambling. So that's a great trait to have in the NFL.
Well, but you're his favorite because you're like one of the best deep threats. Your vertical route running, all of that. This is sort of perfect for you, and I'm glad that he's be able to maybe help unleash that or let you show that, because you have that. That's like, I love that you're giving yourself credit for being that, and that'll sort of be unlocked for you in this. When I talked to you when you guys were at training camp in Orange County, you know, there was a quarterback battle kind of going on, right? There was like, what's this?
Very much
that?
so. Yeah.
When you look at Tyler, and he's kind of quiet, he's older than you, which is weird, like a rookie who's older than you. What have you learned about him since you and I sat together to now? As a guy.
Great question from Kay.
He's just poised as a regular human, not just a football player. He's just poised. He couldn't wait for his opportunity. When I talked to him earlier in the year, he was just he talks how he is now. He was excited for his opportunity. He couldn't wait to get out there on the field and be able to start. So now that he has the opportunity, he's taking advantage of it. Like I said, he prepares like the best. Even when he wasn't starting, he prepared like the best. He sent us the plays early in the week, the third downs, the first downs, and like I said, he's just poised. And
the emotional maturity was something that, you know, Kellen talked about after the draft, and talked about how, you know, Tyler with his age and all that, it's a bonus that he is, as a human, he is much more mature than a 20-year-old, 21-year-old, 22-year-old. And I think that's what Chris is kind of pointing at here, is that he's poised as a human, which, you know, he's, because he is older and he is more mature.
I'm excited for him to be back behind that center.
He's poised. You're open. You talked about a little bit of anxiety going into Carolina. Of course, you had that awful, understandably, that scary injury going into last season. I think it's very cool and refreshing that you're talking about that so openly. How did you manage that going into that game? What was that like?
Yeah, it was tough. I didn't really think about it all week. I had a great week of practice, and then I woke up feeling great that morning. But once I stepped my foot on the field, it kind of attacked me so fast, and it was tough at first. Trying to warm up, having a lot on my mind, a lot of anxiety, really like paranoid out there. But Like I said, I had my close people out there. I had opened up to my coach, some of my close teammates. My pops was out there by himself, so I kind of talked to my pops, try to loosen my mind up, and I just needed a couple plays. That first drive really got me back comfortable out there, and it was just back to regular.
The human element is always underrated when it comes to sports. You know, everyone is looked at as just a player or a number or whatever, but they are human beings, and things take their toll, whether it's stuff like this where it's a very, career-threatening injury and going back to the place where that happened, or even just stuff in life. Like they are human beings, and they feel the same things that you and I feel, right? The anxiety or the nervousness or the panic or whatever, and they have to do a job in front of millions of people, and it's very difficult. But I always try and remind people, like there is a human element to this.
What does that do then to have that kind of a performance after feeling that?
Yeah,
Like, does that do something for your confidence? Do you feel like that'll like diminish the paranoia like in the future? Like, because it's whatever you did, and thanks to Pops, it worked.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thanks to Pops. But no, it ain't really. It don't really. Not a really confidence booster. It was my first time playing back at that field at the end of my season, so. This is my first time playing over there again. To have that type of performance was huge, though. I feel like it was all God. A lot of prayers I had sent up, and he looked out for me that day. I'm very grateful for that.
There's a lot of talk about the Saints at the trade deadline. Nature of the business, a lot of teams lost some huge pieces.
It is what it is.
Rashid Shaheed, like you said, went to Seattle. What was that like having it? It sounds like you two were close.
Oh, yeah, that was my boy. We came in together, 22 draft class. He was undrafted, though, but it was huge. It was tough for me all week. It was tough when he got traded. It was like one of my best.
Yeah, it's also the human element. Like you go in the locker room, he's not there, right? He's not there. The things y'all do, the routine, just the conversation or whatever. I mean, it's like that with a coworker. I mean, they are literally coworkers. But if you sit next to somebody at work for years and then all of a sudden they're not there, it's weird, right? It's a whole new routine. It's a whole new environment.
Friends on the team. We had been through the fire together. Not an ideal situation, but we had leaned on each other every day, especially this year, being 1-8 before you got traded. It was tough, going into the building. But we're professionals. We still gotta perform at our best. But we lean on each other. We push each other. He's like a brother to me, and I'm excited for his new opportunity. Though I know he's gonna shine out there.
I know you try to tune out trade rumors. Everybody does. When the deadline got closer, I started to hear some things about you being extended rather than traded. How close are you to getting a deal done?
I have a sneaky feeling the conversations have been happening, even if it's just like, hey, we'll get this done. Just the like, look, this is our plan. And especially with Shaheed being traded, because I'm sure there were conversations letting Chris know what was going to happen with Shaheed. And the plan, it was probably something like, look, can't sign both y'all. We're going to move forward with your extension. We're going to trade, Rashid, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I would be shocked if there hasn't been some kind of conversation with Olave about an extension.
Oh, it's in the works.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to be in New Orleans forever.
Yeah.
I know it's a tough time right now, but I love it out here. I love the people. I love the culture. I love the fans. And I love the new coaching staff and the front office. So we're in the works right now, and hope it gets done soon. But like I said, I want to be here for my whole career.
Well, it's always good too when one of your best players, who has an opportunity, if he really wanted to, if he wanted to leverage, he could absolutely say, "I'm not signing. I want to go somewhere else. I want to go to a winner. I want to go, wherever." But the fact that he does want to stay speaks volumes. He talked about the coaching staff. He talked about the front office. I mean, there's something there. And when the whole trade Chris Olave, release Chris Olave, whatever conversation was happening, and I said that you don't, it's never good to do addition by subtraction. If you want to get a more talented, better roster, getting rid of one of your best young players who you have a fifth-year option, that's not the way to do it. And the fact that the Saints are going to work this out with Olave, keep him on the roster, he wants to be there, that's a guy you want. And if they draft a wide receiver, whatever, but he is a key to this team being more talented and this roster being deeper moving forward. So I'm glad that it is in the works, and I think it's smart. It's good business, and we'll see. We'll see who they add to fill out that wide receiver room, which they'll have to. But yeah, I think keeping Chris Olave there long term was the right thing to do.
I don't know that I hear this about any other team from any other players. Cam Jordan, longtime friend of mine, and I'm like, maybe go get a ring. Like, it's just not the right time. Like you're saying, we're not in the best time. He will not leave. Alvin Kamara will get mad if I talk about him leave. Like, he will not leave. I'm here for life. Can you explain? You're saying you want to be there. Can you explain why? Why there? Why this? I know you're saying I love the people. I love that. That's fine. But you can, like, why do you love being there?
It's just the city, the culture, just the background it brings, the food, the people. I just feel like it's home. It feels like home to me. I don't really want to chase nothing like a ring or go into a good team. I feel like we could build that here, especially with the new coaching staff, Kellen Moore, everything he brings. I feel like a shift of energy in the locker room and around the players. I feel like we're a lot closer. And it's only the first year, so I know it's going to take some time, but I can feel it happening soon, and that's why I want to be here forever.
Chris Olave with some really good advice there, and he would know. He's in the locker room, he's at practice, all that stuff. So if he's telling you that he feels it and sees it with Kellen Moore and this coaching staff, and they're building something and all that, you should probably listen because it's probably happening.
You said, I saw the quote, you just said it again, great energy in the building. You're so positive. You're like, we're going to flip it around. Just stay with us. You're talking to the fans. What does Kellen Moore specifically have to do with that buy-in to that? Like, what have you seen out of him in these few months that he's been there that you know that this will turn around?
He's just a great leader. He does everything right. I feel like he's so detailed in his work. He knows how to win football games. I mean, not this year. Not this year, but he came from a Super Bowl to a tough situation. Just a year, but just the way he carries himself, even being 2-8. I know it's tough. I know he's so frustrated. I know it's taking a lot on him, but just the way he leads the team meetings, he leads the team. Just with such great energy and just moving on so quick and try to move on and get some wins. I feel like he does a great job at that, and I'm excited moving forward.
And there you go. And Chris Olave talks about Kellen Moore being a leader and all of that and doing everything right. So you have to decide, do you trust Chris Olave saying that Kellen Moore is a leader, or do you trust username Mike McCarthy 12345 on Reddit, who's saying that Kellen Moore is not a leader because Kellen Moore is not screaming at people, or Kellen Moore is not all these stereotypes and cliches. So there's a lot of different ways to lead, ladies and gentlemen. You'll learn that not only in sports but in life, and you'll find some of the best leaders they don't all look the same. It's not all one way to do it. They don't all talk the same. They don't all think the same. They don't all carry themselves the same. And I've never once bought into the idea that Kellen Moore could not lead a football team just because he doesn't have a beard, or just because he's not 60 years old. Like, you don't get to where he was in college as arguably the best quarterback in college, one of the most successful college quarterbacks ever. You don't get to that point. You don't get to being a quarterback in the NFL if you cannot lead a team or cannot lead a locker room or rally an offense behind you.
Did you watch the game last night at all?
I watched a little bit. I seen my boy Trey had 3 touchdowns.
Tell me, this is your Buckeye teammate. A lot of fans in the NFL getting to know him in the national way. What do people need to know?
Yeah, bad news for me, who has Ramondre Stevenson on my fantasy team.
About Travion Henderson.
Nah, that's just the start, man. I seen it. I was a senior when he was a freshman. I think he went for like 1,200, 1,300 yards his freshman year. So he's a special player, but even better human. He's acceleration. The way he could catch the ball out the backfield too is even better. But I feel like that's just a start, man. He's gonna tear the NFL up, and they're 9-2, so he's gonna take that into the playoffs, and he's gonna be a huge part of that team.
I love that third Pats rookie to have 3 touchdowns in a game. Like, it's Gronk did it. I think Sony Michel did it. And I love that. Is it giving Kamara when you're, I like watching you watch the highlights. You like interrupted yourself watching. Let's roll them again. What are you seeing? And does it give a little Kamara to you or no?
I mean, they both great. They both great running backs.
Yeah, Alvin's a
I feel like
different
he's
player.
a different type of running back than Kamara. He's explosive. Whenever he gets
Alvin's
the ball, it's kind of
very unique player.
He can score at any time. He's a home run hitter, but he could run in between the tackles too.
Receiving.
He's a complete running back. I feel like it's just like I said, it's just a start. I feel like he got the job last week, or he just got the starting job last week. So he's just opening up, and I'm excited for him to hit his stride, especially late in the year.
How much do you talk to the 2021 Ohio State receiving room? Like you, Marvin Harrison Jr., Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's crushing it, Emeka Egbuka, Jameson Williams. What is it like when one of y'all score a touchdown? Like, are we still talking? Are you on a text chain? What does this look like?
Yeah.
What a group. I mean, even now, like Ohio State is wide receiver
Be
you.
reaching out, especially when they be having good games. So we don't really got no group chat or none of that. I just be reaching out on my own to them, but it's exciting. I feel like I knew in college we had a special group. We all worked hard to try to be the best, and that's how it turned out to where we are today. Being able to be on everybody on separate teams, but we all still close. We all still close and reach out to each other, especially me whenever they have a big game. So,
is there a world that JSN is Offensive Player of the Year? I know Jonathan Taylor. Like, is it nice to see him getting this love?
Oh yeah,
if he breaks the single season record, if he gets 2,000 yards, hell yeah, he'll be Offensive Player of the Year
for sure. I seen it.
If he breaks, if he gets over 2,000 yards and doesn't win it, that's something else.
When he first stepped on campus. In the spring, I seen his potential and how good he was, a receiver he is. So I feel like he averaging 100 yards a game. He getting that every
he's
week.
going crazy.
I don't know how, but how teams. I know they got a game plan for him, but he still manages to get.
Well, especially with Shaheed now, JSN. It'll be harder to just bracket him with Shaheed running all over the place.
Yards a game, so. I hope he hits his stride later in the year. I know they're going to make the playoffs, and I hope he shines in the playoffs, but I hope he get that award. He's much deserving of it. He's doing a great job over there. And
now I don't know if I love JSN. I love JSN, but now he gets to play with your boy. I don't really your best friend. Now I'm like sick of Rashid's there. Like,
oh yeah.
What did you tell?
Yeah,
what did you tell JSN about? Like, what would you tell him about?
Well, and Clint Kubiak, like the fact that Shaheed's not only going to a great situation with Sam Darnold and JSN, but he's also going with Clint Kubiak, who he knows the system. He's used to, so he can hit the ground running.
About him.
Oh, I feel like he's gonna open JSN up even more. You know, she got generational speed. He's gonna stretch the field, but he's a great route runner too. He's a great receiver, and I hope they let him do that over there. I know Kubiak was here last year with us.
Yeah.
And he loves she, so he's just going to make the offense even more explosive. I hope it's going to be tough to beat them in the playoffs.
You think they're
I'm excited to watch them.
JSN, I just looked it up, 115.7 yards per game.
Crazy. Absolutely
you think
nuts.
That's going to go
that's
up?
Crazy.
That's crazy.
And they had a couple blowouts too. So
that's the thing too. Like they're blowing teams out. So, his numbers could even be higher.
I don't think he played.
He really has been so far this year. He really has been unstoppable.
Like some of the games, some full games, but
I love how much love you have for them.
Yeah, it's just so consistent from his
the old Seahawks jerseys are so much better than the current ones.
Targets to his yards. It's just so consistent.
Look at
it's great
Darnold
to
just
watch.
letting it rip.
I heard Jeremiah Smith said that LSU is the real wide receiver you. What would you like to say?
Who said that?
Jeremiah Smith.
I don't know. I know they got a couple great receivers. Not a couple, but they got some great receivers over there. But I feel like
I'll take the Ohio State group.
match them.
It's just so many. Like that's the thing. Like, you might have the top end with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, but Brian Thomas is certainly not in that conversation right now. But as far as just every year, just whatever that list was, she shows like 7 people deep, and then Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith are coming in the next couple of years. Like Carnell Tate will be in the draft this year, and then Jeremiah Smith next year. But
we got we still producing too. So it's still coming out of college, still gonna be first rounders in the future. So it's kind of a tough conversation, but I feel like it's 1 and 2 with us and LSU.
I think there's no debate. Ohio State is a wide receiver for you. Okay, go enjoy your bye week in Dallas. Have fun, relax. Coming off such a great game. You're smiley. You love where you are. And it's been so incredible to watch. I can't wait for you to hop in the stands in more places. Atlanta.
Yeah, hopefully
Atlanta Falcons next week. So some big games down the stretch. Thanks for your positivity. And I just appreciate it. Thanks, Chris.
Yes, appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. I appreciate you, man. No problem. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Chris Olave. It does not seem like it's a complete disaster, travesty, or whatever in New Orleans like you would be led to believe. All right. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.